Okay, looks like we are live, but we got a little bit of a delay on YouTube. Just make sure you guys can hear me. Audio's good. We got a little bit of a delay on YouTube. Just make sure you guys can hear me. It's good. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Bring the YouTube thing down here. Bring the chart up. All right. Okay, the chart's working. Let's see how we do here. And let's be live on YouTube and just do an end of the day wrap up. Let me get some of this stuff off my charts. Okay, charts working. Let's see how we do here. End of the day wrap up. Okay, great. So this is last night's open. That is Friday's close. This is the S&P futures opening last night. You'll notice that gap down here, all the way down to here. Okay, so that was basically its low for the night. This is last night's open. That is Friday's close. This is the S&P futures opening last night. You'll notice that gap down here. Way down. Now, here are the lows that were basically all through the night into today's open. Okay, that's the lows today. Now you'll see price recovered a little bit on. There was some false news this morning that Trump was going to um, put a 90-day moratorium on the tariffs. So price recovered, came back down. This became support, and then the market recovered. This recovered, came back down. This became support, and the market recovered. All right, so here's the market recovering. Okay, it closed the gap and kept going. A lot of times when price closes a gap, it actually slows down and comes back down a little bit. This just, as you can see right here, rocketed. So as the market rockets, it rockets into right here is an okay area of supply. I wouldn't call it amazing. It'll do the trick, right? If you're a supply and demand trade. Let me get this off here. All right. So rockets in here, kisses that, reacts downward, recovers a little bit of that on just, I don't know. Some of the panic starts to go away. There's good news. There's a little bit of news with Israel, but I don't know how much we really trade with Israel. So, starts to not be, just the market starts to recover a little bit. Got it back about, let's see, a little bit of Friday's close. Not much though, but at least we recovered from the real downdraft from today. So that is what it is. Is the panic gone? It's not going to be. This is a huge news week. We have CPI, PPI, all that kind of good stuff. So I just wanted to come in here and talk a little bit about that and be prepared for the week. Trade safe, manage your risk. Don't be afraid to just sit on your hands and let this shake out. If you've not traded through like some volatility before, you really need to just take a pause. That's the best thing you can do for yourself. Okay. Let's just change this to the SPY. Not going to look all that different, but that gap is going to be pretty pronounced. Yeah. So there's the gap in the recovery. Price came back down. We still are where we are. There's this gap here. Could there be some positivity in the market or just a dead cat bounce or relief rally? All those things can happen and probably will, but I wouldn't put money on a bunch of them. So I would just trade with caution. I mean, I'm cautiously optimistic of trading the indexes. I've been like trading a lot of the currencies. Well, no, mostly the currencies the last couple of days, to be honest with you. They've been the safest bet. Maybe I'll do another video on crude oil, but this has basically been the broad market. Let's not just end right just yet. Give me 2 more minutes if you're watching live. Let's look at the Qs and see how that. Oh, it's the same chart really as the S&P. Got it. I think the NQ is probably going to look exactly the same. I thought they were out of kill. Yeah. Okay. This looked a little bit more bullish at a certain point today, which I was talking to a few people about. But not looking all that different. I think the Dow is going to have the same story. Yep. We're still basically. It's interesting. That's basically the range, and we're trading within that. Get it? We'll see. Maybe I'll do another video about that, how to use the range to be your friend. But that's it for now. I just wanted to do a YouTube live on the a daylight today when there's a lot of news in the air, and it's going to be a big news week. So trade carefully. Um, I will put the disclaimer in the YouTube description because I did start with this my first YouTube live, so it was a little tricky. Some of the tech and that goes along with it. So hope you got something out of this video. If you did, I'm going to put my contact info in the description below. Go ahead and send me any of your questions or just post a comment below. If not, grab that link that I'm going to put in the description, and you can send me an email. Thanks. Contact info in the description below. Go ahead and send me any of your questions or just post a comment below. If not, grab that link that I've put in the description and you can send me an email. Thanks.